Welcome to a Real Lifeish Friend podcast. This is one of your hosts,
And
Kimberly.
I'm Meela. Hello.
As we told you all that we will not have a live episode on New Year's Eve, but we did tell you that you will still see us. Last week, I had the interview with Charity Locke of the Mixer app. And this week we are going to, this episode, we're just going to talk about 6888, and we're both going to make holiday drinks for you all. So, and let you know what our recipes are and all that stuff. So let's just go ahead and dive into it. Also keep in mind that if you have a movie suggestion, drink suggestion, or anything like that, you can contact us at Real Lifeish Friends at gmail.com, or contact us by phone at 615-475-8152. So let's go ahead for the last items that you will see of us for 2024. This is it. You'll see us again live and in color January the 7th.
Yes.
I think it's January the 7th.
That's the
We'll
first
be
Tuesday.
back live again on that Tuesday. Yeah. Yes.
And
we'll be back live again.
Janjary, as the old folks say. Janjary.
So let's go ahead and go into the 6888. This is a movie that is on Netflix. It is being, I think, produced and directed by Tyler Perry. Apparently, Kerry Washington has I think she has producer credits or something like that as well.
I think I did see that in there.
This movie is about a all-Black, all African-American battalion that served in World War II. They was based originally, I guess, in Fort Oglethorpe, which is that's right across
in Georgia.
It's Oglethorpe,
Fort
right?
Oglethorpe.
Yeah, that's right across from Chattanooga, right?
Yeah, not far. Like literally probably about 10 minutes from Chattanooga, across the state line.
Exactly. And if you're not familiar, Meela is from Chattanooga, and I used to live briefly in Chattanooga for a couple of years.
Mm-hmm.
So
that is.
For the movie is concerned, like I said, they was stationed in Fort Oglethorpe. What is that lady name? Mary Cloud Bethune. Because I keep thinking about when they're on the train and the lady was like, I don't know nothing about no cloud.
You talking about Johnny May?
Yeah, just like, how am I supposed to know about a cloud?
I love me some Johnny May. Let me say that. Johnny May was my favorite.
So, it, like I said, it starts Kerry Washington. They wanted to actually be sent overseas to Europe to help in the fight of the war of World War II. And they had been training, and they pretty much, because they were Black and they were all women, they were basically, enduring racism, sexism, all the isms that you name. They were probably enduring all of that. And they finally got an opportunity because of Eleanor Roosevelt and Mary Cloud Bethune. They were able to basically handle the mail, which a lot of people thought like low priority, like we're better than that, kind of.
Yeah.
Is that how you took when they realized that that's what the orders was?
Well, yeah. I figured I took it as the white women couldn't get the job done because they didn't know how to sort mail, and because it didn't come a problem until the Tink Tink was standing out in the rain at the White House. It was like, I ain't seen my babies, or I ain't heard from my people, or whatever. And mail really was low priority, I guess, on the list of things. And that's when Sister Mary came in and met with Eleanor and was like, Charity got this. Charity smart. Charity XYZ, and then that's when they looped in everybody. Because, again, Black women come in and save the day, and there it is. Now, Charity, she did run a tight ship, though. Shit, I was scared of Charity.
Is it Lena? Is that the... So, little backstory. Most of the women wanted to...
Oh, yeah, Lena.
Basically, Lena basically had love interest, boyfriend. He wasn't really her boyfriend, love interest, or whatever, or potential suitor. Let me just say this because we're talking about the 1940s. A potential suitor, which was a Jewish man. He went to the war and he actually ended up passing away. So because of all of that, because they didn't have the money to send her to college, she decided that she wanted to fight in the war. Now, I will say this. She was not prepared. She was the most ill prepared. I think she literally woke up one day and was like, I'm going to join the army. And all the other women was like, they had actually studied, prepared to actually be in the army. She literally woke up and was like, I'm going to be in the
But
army.
she wanted
Because
to
even on the
find.
bus ride, you realize
She wanted to find. I think
she wanted to avenge her. She wanted to avenge his death.
right because they were fighting Hitler, and so she was, and then because her mom, and I think that was her aunt, who I liked her also,
Her mom and aunt.
because the aunt
Yeah.
was like, telling the mama she ain't going nowhere. She gonna stay in Georgia. She ain't going nowhere
Mm-hmm.
and whatever. And so
All she going to is in Georgia. Y'all acting like you ain't gonna be fighting no Hitler. They ain't gonna need to let you go over to Europe. You ain't gonna be fighting no here. You gonna be in
in
Georgia.
Georgia,
And that's basically with a southern accent. That's
with
what she's a
Georgia,
more southern accent than mine. Yeah. She's gonna be in Georgia.
and baby girl
That's
ended
kind of what
up
she
clean on over there across the pond over there. So I thought that, and so I think as she got on that train ride, because again, everybody else was like, I'm here, like my girl Johnny May. I'm here because I'm tired of being beat up on. Johnny
Okay.
May was like, I'm tired. I'm tired, boss. I'm drinking water. And
And I don't know the cousins' names, but there was two cousins. And they literally basically was persistent in order to be able to join the army
Mhm.
because they were college educated women. They actually got in contact with Mary Cloud Bethune
Oh yeah, because the little
to
girl
be
did
able to
that. I'm
put
not the little girl,
him
the light
because
skin.
they kept on failing the test. Yeah, they kept on failing the tests and things like that. And they were like, no, we're smart. We know we passed this test. So like they actually prepared. That's what I'm saying. Like they actually prepared and had been on this journey for a long time to be able to like go to the army. And I really think Lena woke up and was like, it's Friday. I'm gonna go join the army. Let me go sign papers and let them send me off on Saturday.
Because she did, it was kind of
She was
sudden.
literally like one of the most ill prepared. Also, one of the reasons why I think she was also ill prepared is because when they went into like the gas chamber, she was the only one that didn't already have her mask out. Everybody else already had their mask out. It was like she was like, I'm here so I don't get fined. But nobody told you had to be here in the first place. Like nobody told you had to be here.
Yeah, Lena,
You
you
chose
need
this
to do
lifestyle
this, Lena. You can do this, Lena. You on two strikes, Lena.
because why if you this is what I don't this is why I'm like I want to say she may have been a tad bit slow. I don't know. But someone right. Let me just put
I
it like
think
this. Some was not right with her whole prepared, like being prepared, and also because everybody else had their gas mask, out and everything. She still had to dig into her purse, satchel, whatever they had to get it
the
out.
crossbody.
No, exactly.
Crossbody. So I think it definitely was a shock for her to go
Mm-hmm.
from, because she was up north. So she really didn't know, I guess, kind of what slavery, not slavery, racism was during that time.
Well, yes, she did because she was doing with
She knew it,
the
but they was integrated. You see what I'm saying? They were integrated up north.
yeah, but I'm saying like like one of the first things is the guy coming to pick her up
Mm-hmm.
and the lady getting for the white student getting in front of her saying you shouldn't be talking to
And
her.
I
You
hated
shouldn't da da
her.
da da.
Oh my God, I hated that girl.
So she was definitely familiar with she wasn't exempt from racism. Like she definitely understood. I don't know. I think like I said, she was just ill prepared. She
That I
was
will
very
agree
ill
on.
prepared.
I do think she was ill prepared with what she needed to do. She was not ready for that. But it opened, I would say this movie, I never heard of them ladies until
Me
this.
either.
And I had a conversation when I was talking to my aunt and uncle yesterday. We was talking about it. They didn't know about it either. It's like this was something that was not in the history book. And that just like Black Wall Street, the Tulsa riot. Never
Yeah.
heard about these ladies until this movie.
Mm-mm.
And so it's like now I want to go down the rabbit hole, and try and find stuff out because Charity really was. She was very smart. And I think she did a tenure at TSU. I read online. So she was very, 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 very smart young lady. But again, I don't want to, we as Black women always have, it's like we have to come in and save the day. And nobody believes
Yeah.
how smart we are
Mm-hmm. And
and
capable.
capable of doing the job.
Because they thought that they literally thought like 6 months, they're not going to get this, they're not going to complete it, they're not going to even be able to sort it, this, that, and the third. And come to find out, they did it within 90 days.
Right.
They didn't even need the 6 months.
And then they shipped them off to another part, I think I read online, after they finished what they were doing, because I think in the at the end when they were all walking out, they may have been going to another
Area.
another area to do the same thing or whatever. And so, because it was just like the general or whoever he was, the head man. What did he play in? He played in something that I did not like him in.
Yeah, it was a lot of.
I didn't like him in that movie, whatever it was, and I'm gonna find out what movie it was. But again, those women were smart and they used their resources. One like crossword puzzles. One worked in the garment district in either New York or LA somewhere. Someone always,
I think it was New York.
Someone always watched the news, even as small as the perfume bottles.
Exactly.
It's like they really, was thinking.
And this is like, I hate to cut you off, but this is also before internet. They knew exactly based on the smell what state.
And
so they could get directly to the actual person that it was. Like, this is before the internet. The internet did not exist.
And none of that.
The fact that somebody knew how to pick up those smells and everything.
And even too.
But I'm sorry, go ahead. And
no,
continue.
and that too. But even too, as simple as them drawing the areas of the country that they were in. On the envelopes, they were drawing that stuff. So those women were smart, hella smart.
Yeah.
And I hate that we're just now learning more about them because everybody should know about them. And that man was hell bent on getting her out of there because I think the guy that worked with him, I don't think he was as racist, or I don't think he was racist.
No.
But he was picking up what Charity was laying down. And then when they got all that mail, and he looking out, homeboy on the phone over there. She did this, she did that. We gonna get somebody in here white. Y'all read the white men mail. Da, 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 da. 2 minutes later, all them soldiers out there getting mail. He had to eat crow.
Exactly.
They were getting mail.
And then the fact that he kept on saying like, you shouldn't be reading these white men. How you want these people to find these people?
Right.
You want them to get the mail or not? Because they're gonna have to use everything. Because like they said, you got people that's putting in nicknames. I don't know your nickname. Your nickname is not tied to your last name or any of this other stuff. We can't be out here finding Bubba. We don't know Bubba.
We don't even know what area Bubba come from. Bubba could have came from Vermont. Bubba could have came from Jerusalem, for all we knew.
From Alabama. We know
nothing about Bubba. And so them women, I mean, think about it. They put them first. Let's start off. Them women, they put them.
Oh yeah, because they're conditioned.
They put them on the bottom of the ship. And them women still got out that ship and marched like soldiers. And then they put them in King Edward School. That was trash.
That they had to clean. That they had to clean.
They had to clean.
That they had to construct.
Why?
And put some things together.
Because them women, no heat, no nothing. Them women was right there using the skills and the trades from when they come from home and from them conditions. And they made it livable. They made it workable. You know, and made that place a home. And then he come in there thinking he wasn't expecting none of that. He wouldn't expect none of a beauty parlor. Goddamn, we got to look decent right here. Y'all already giving us tight clothes.
Y'all got regulations. Okay, you got regulations. The Army has regulations about your appearance. You cannot expect these women to not have something set up to help with the regulations as it relates to their appearance. You cannot expect them to not have that.
And them women went right now. They made that dump a home. You know, we smart folks. We very smart. And we put our resources together. And for that man to, you know, that he pissed me off the most. Because even with...
No, he didn't piss me off the most.
Well, maybe that other man that came in that movie theater, the one that came in there, he was close too. But again, these women running around there doing this work. And y'all want to get mad because I a number wrong. God damn it, this shit been sitting in the warehouse for 2-3 months.
No, I think it was for years.
At least
I think
months.
they said 2 years.
Because they have been gone.
Yeah.
I would say at least it was definitely under a year.
I think it was gone for 2 years.
But them folks.
I feel like it was 2 years.
Whatever it was, the shit had been eaten by rodents.
It was a long time. Yeah.
And then they had just threw it off in the warehouse. Like bags and bags and bags of shit. And you coming at me talking sideways because I got a number wrong, you better get the fuck on. Because let me tell you, Johnny May was about that life. Johnny May kind of gave me Sophia from Color Purple because she was about ready. You hear me? She was about ready to swing on old boy several times.
Yeah.
Until Charity said,
now let me,
you know, hold up, swole up, or whatever, you know.
Because you got this uniform on.
You got this uniform on. So, yeah, them women was smart. And I commend Tyler Perry for doing that movie and whoever else was tied to that movie because that was a story that definitely needed to be told.
Now, let me tell you who pissed me off in that movie. Yes, the people at the movie theater did piss me off, but that preacher that got up there and was saying all that stuff and talking about whether the devil can be a woman and da-da-da-da, all of this stuff, looking at Charity. And Charity said, first of all, my Bible, the Bible, my daddy is a preacher. The Bible don't say none of that.
And all that yin yang you coming from your transistor radio.
And then said, you will be leaving. We already packed your bags. He was like, you can't tell me to leave. And she said, you ain't gonna be here. I don't know where you're gonna go, but you're not gonna be here. So what do you want? So where do you want her to drop you off at? And I felt that.
Like the women in Brewster Place. Is this somewhere I could drop you off at?
Because the audacity for him to go out here and try to use religion to try to attack her and to try to attack them, that was uncalled for. And then you literally wanted her to show up at this dance and you gonna bring the preacher in then, and then he's talking about she's immoral and she's not of class and da-da-da this and then in the third. This also movie proves a point that a lot of people, and hopefully more and more people can start to see it. The fact, because even after all these years, people still don't get it. The fact that Black women, especially, not discounting Black men or anything, but this movie's about black women, and that's the point of reference I'm going to be using. It did not matter how good they trained. It did not matter anything about that. Had it not been Eleanor Roosevelt and Mary McLeod Bethune, Mary McLeod, y'all know who I'm talking about. Yeah. Had it not been for those two individuals and Charity being so persistent in wanting to have an assignment for her team, most of this probably wouldn't even happen because they basically disregarded them because they were Black women. And a lot of times people do disregard people just because they're Black women. Like I said, they were sexist, they were racist, they were misogynistic. They were a lot of things. they did not put any kind of trust in, even though these people had to be able to do the same skills and have the same skill sets, the same training, the same routines and all that stuff. They still disregarded this whole unit. And I also realized, when they showed the picture of Lena, after she left out of the gas mask and the photographer came. One thing it made me also realize is that, well, I already knew this, and this is one thing that I absolutely detest. They made that one thing of her the catalyst of saying they're lazy, they're not qualified, they're incompetent, they're this, that, and the third. And I hate that one person is able to destroy everything from a whole race, from a whole gender, but it only happens to us.
Right.
If a white person does something, that white person does it. Everybody else gets to be able to say, okay, that was just them.
Right.
That was just that person. But for whatever reason, the Black people, especially the Black women in this case, had to take everything on their shoulder. Did you not see all those other people that stayed in that gas chamber? But you see the one person, and now everybody's incompetent.
Yeah. I mean, and I just think
nobody else gets to experience
right.
that.
And I think too is because, and even when they first got there, and she said there's cameras all around filming this, which like, okay, they want us to fail, which is why they have these cameras here. So they're going to do everything, every little snapshot, whatever it is. Again, we ain't talking about the women that stayed in the dang gas chamber, or those that made it out of the other little thing, when they was crawling, under the whatever the wire and all of that stuff. Nobody. They not talking about how well they did. Only thing they talking about is the failures. And again, still to this day, Black women, we're not commended for what we do good. We're always gonna commend it for whatever little small thing we did wrong. And again,
for the sexy red, they gonna be sexy red out here. That's how all Black women are. They don't have clothes on. They do this. They want to be trashy. They want to be this. Not saying the sexy red is trash. Sexy red is an artist that do her thing just like any other artist, and that's on her. But yeah, you're right.
We always have to perform 10 times as harder for the same job that they doing, and they ain't doing shit right now. And they get promoted. And that was just like that man said, I'm gonna get a white woman to come in here and take care of this mayor. Well, sir, them white women wasn't doing shit. That's why ain't nobody got no mail. That's why ain't nobody know if their loved ones alive or dead. None of that stuff. And for the system that they came up with, them women, let me tell you, they all need to be commended.
Patterns. Yes. But this is something that I found out, obviously watching the movie and then looking up the information as well. Well, looking up some information as well. So apparently in 2022, Biden did have something concerning them. I think they got some kind of medal.
Okay.
And I also saw that one of the people received like their day in Montgomery, Alabama.
Okay.
Yeah. I was also surprised about a couple of things. So just this year, the last 2 people died.
Because one was reading the
one letter. Was 104 years old. One was 104 years old. I was also, most of those women, they were still alive like a few years ago. They were like 99, 100.
And
they were out here still
living, and they didn't get as much recognition for the stuff that they did.
Well, like I said, let me just pull it up because Biden did some kind of, I don't want to say congressional because I don't know if that's the
well. And Sister Michelle did say something too. In the clip when it ended, there were 2 of them there that she was with. So it might have been doing their presidency?
So, I was only looking up trying to figure out if the people were still alive, because obviously they were alive during the filming.
Okay.
Well, someone were alive during the filming. So it said that on March the 14th, 2022, President Biden signed the 688 Congressional Gold Medal Act into law. And that, so Romay Davis, that's who the oldest person was that was still alive. She died at 104. These women were out here living, baby. That's what I'm saying. They were 99. Like most of the people that they had listed, those years was like from 1820 to like 1919. Like they were out here living. They were out here living a long life.
And was looking good now. Don't get it tangled and twisted. Them women was still looking good right here.
So apparently Davis also received a Civil Service Medallion from the National World War II Museum in New Orleans in June 2022. 2021, apparently in Montgomery, they did a parade and had declared her birthday Romay Davis Day. Romay Davis Day?
Okay.
Yeah. And that was October 29th, 2021. So I say all that to say, apparently there were talks and there were things about these people. Like, naturally, if you say a day, we're not going to necessarily think of it, we may not know. Then also days are, because it's, local to Montgomery,
Right.
You have to necessarily be in Montgomery or in the Montgomery area or receiving their kind of news in order to get it. But I just thought that was very interesting, the whole situation with them and the fact that they did live, a lot of them did live until like 90, probably 98 to, like I said, to 104 in this situation. That's a long time.
It was a long time. But it was an excellent, excellent, excellent movie. I really, really enjoyed it. And I watched it twice, and I'm quite sure I will watch it again because, it was just as a part of history that we just never know. This is something that, going forward, we as African Americans need to make sure that we pass this information on because my grandparents, of course, are all, deceased or whatever. But as I gotten older, I wish that I had the mindset to kind of ask them about things that happen in history.
Yeah.
But during that time, we wouldn't really care. I don't want to say didn't care, but they just
you don't know
you
what you
don't know
don't
what you
know.
don't know,
You don't
and
know
you
what you
don't
don't.
know what to
Yeah.
ask because a lot of times, especially with my grandparents, they didn't necessarily come out. My granddaddy was a little bit vocal about stuff, but my grandmother never really talked about her life growing up, and so
Yeah.
you just never knew. I just found out probably in the last 6 years about the Tulsa riot, the Black Wall Street stuff.
Oh, okay.
And that was only because I was watching a show on HBO and they had a clip of it, like they did a reenactment of the scene. And I was like, never heard of it. And so those are things that you never really see a lot of movies or, things about that. You have to
Yeah.
really go digging for it. And so
You have to seek a lot of that
you
out.
have to seek it out. And so that's why I just really hate, that we didn't know about this stuff sooner, because we have there's so many documentaries out there about Hitler and, all of that, all of that stuff during that time. But we never hear about the black, the African American, whatever war from the Vietnam War, World War One, two, three, whoever it is. We just never really hear about their contribution to that. It's just like the forgotten.
And I would probably say this as well, I would think that unless you like history or unless you like military,
Right.
most of the things that probably involving the military is probably something that you probably would not think of. And I'm just going to be completely honest. Had it not been on Netflix and had it not been Tyler Perry, I don't think some people would have watched it. Because
I'll give you that.
Because a lot of people probably, like, say for instance, it was just on because one of the things, like when it comes to Tulsa, Oklahoma, and the Black Wall Street, I knew about it because I used to watch PB.
Let's just being honest, yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, unless you are into those types of things or, run past it and things like that, I think because Tyler Perry obviously has his name, then it leads to Kerry Washington. She has a name. It's on Netflix. So Netflix obviously gonna push it out some. Had it been on like Peacock or Paramount or maybe Max, I don't know if it was gonna be as sought out
It
because
probably
I
would
think
have, but I think Netflix definitely gives somewhat of a broader,
a little bit more
yeah, a
push.
little bit more,
Yes.
pushing back and to that. So I think, yeah, that might have been a good thing to do, to go
Yeah.
with Netflix. But again, yeah. And again, if you're not a history buff or
Well, when
something
I
like that, then you probably wouldn't have
yeah,
known about it.
and I will also say this: like Shonda Rhimes could have did it as well as Ava DuVernay.
Hmm.
They could have all pushed it,
Right.
but that's what I'm saying. Like it would have had to be like a household name kind of producer.
Hmm.
Kimberly producing it was not going to get you anywhere.
Meela
I'm just saying.
producing it, and it get you maybe to Tubi, and ain't nothing wrong with Tubi because Tubi had good stuff. But and it get you
What I'm saying, like it wasn't gonna, because I think a lot of people, the thing with Tyler Perry, I think a lot of people watch his movie for one or two things. They like Tyler Perry or they want to criticize Tyler
I,
Perry. So therefore they're gonna watch Tyler Perry. So that's why I'm like, I think Tyler Perry having the connection with it. And I will have to say this. I don't think I've heard any negativity about this particular movie from Tyler
and we
from
know he gets
the
right.
people of Tyler
Yeah, because
Perry
we know he does
that
get
don't
that
like
don't
Tyler
like
Perry
him.
and don't like his stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because I think he does
Yes.
get, and I'm not. I mean, I like him. I commend him for what he's doing. Do I like all his movies? No, but
I get it.
I give him credit for what, especially what he's done with this movie. And I would hope that maybe he can, do more movies like this, because we coming up in an era where we need to know our history with them taking it out the books and not wanting to talk about it in the school system.
Hmm.
We definitely need more of this. So I
Yeah,
like that.
they literally, helped them. They helped the morale. They were, like I said, they were able to complete everything. I think within 90 days instead of the 6 months. They use, like you said earlier, they use all of their resources to be able to pinpoint everything because I think they were like, and I think this is your uncle name, but I don't know. I don't know if your uncle really named Robert Smith for
It's
real.
Robert, but it ain't
No, his
Smith.
last Rome. I know, no, but I'm just
All
saying.
right.
I don't know why I thought Joe was Smith. Never mind. It's not Smith. Sorry, uncle. Sorry, uncle. But like, they were talking about they had so many Robert
Yeah.
Smiths and they was trying to figure out like exactly how to get this stuff situated. And so it's like, exactly. Like people don't realize there's a lot of names that are
Right.
common. And now we got to figure out who's who and where they're at and all of this stuff. So the fact that they were able to do that, like I said, in a short amount of time
Hmm.
when people basically counted them out and literally became the morale boosters, the unsung
Yeah.
heroes, and definitely a touching
And then
movie.
for them to get the credit and the recognition when they was walking through the train terminal or station or whatever,
Yeah.
uh, for them to, because I'm quite sure that made them feel proud that somebody
Yeah.
they were seen, for the work that they did or whatever,
Yes.
and so that made them feel appreciated. Hands down, definitely a 10 out of 10 must watch.
Yes. Like I said, it's called 6888. It's on Netflix.
Hmm.
It stars Kerry Washington. It also has Oprah Winfrey in it. It also has that girl that the Lena. What is that? I can't think of what she played in.
I'm still trying to figure out what that old evil man played in.
And I still can't even remember who was Eleanor. Like I know her name, but I don't know her name. Like I gotta look it up because that's gonna bother
Ebony
me.
Obsidian, that was Lena.
Okay.
Susan Sarandon was in it. Dean Norris,
Okay,
that was the
that was
mean
Eleanor
man.
Roosevelt.
Let's see who else. Oh, the man Sam Waterston, that was the president. He You know the man he played in all of the Law and Order stuff. Mm-hmm. Uh,
But yeah,
so good movie, definitely good movie.
so yeah, definitely good movie on Netflix. So now we're going to, like we said, we're going to talk about holiday drinks because we need you to know what to start pouring on New Year's Eve.
When you say cheers,
And
which I taught my
so I
niece how
am
to
going to
say
go.
during Christmas, I taught her how to say cheers.
Okay. Well, for my drink, I'm going to call it the pink rum spritzer. Well, pink rum holiday spritzer is Bacardi. Pull that in here. It's a lot of.
Ain't not damn measurement
It's not a
cup.
shot. No, this is not a shot. And then I have this because I need to finish this. So it's Arbor Mist Pink Moscato Pineapple Strawberry because I put it in my slushy the other day because
We need
in
updates.
my
The
slushy
people need updates
we be activating.
on the slushy machine.
We be activating on the slushy. I had to stop making slushes the other day because I was doing too much. I was feeling them way more than I should have been feeling them, aka doing too much. And I have this lovely pink cranberry juice
Okay.
because I really detest regular cranberry juice because it's bitter
Oh,
to
I
me.
love cranberry juice.
And so therefore I don't really like that. And so I don't really drink it like that. Like all my cranberry juice that I typically buy typically has some kind of flavor in it. My Sprite almost decided to do too much. And obviously you can't have a spritz without. So this is a Sprite.
Yeah.
Yes, I do have like regular things, but who cares? Because this is what you would have when you're throwing a party. Because why are you letting a lot of people share your really good items when you got to sit here and then watch them? I am a paper plate, paper fork, paper cup household, and so
I
therefore,
think when they
accordingly,
first time visitors get a glass. When you're a repeat
and this
visitor,
is so good.
is it?
And this is my yes. And I created this all on my own because I kept on seeing a lot of recipes, but I didn't want to do some of the stuff. And I was like, you know what? A good pink drink, since like I said, the Arbor Mist was the pink Moscato blend with the pineapple and strawberry and then the pink cranberry. I was like, you know what? Let me just make up my own drink because that's what I do anyway. I always make up my own drink. Other than like I will have and I probably will sometime this week have a liquid marijuana since I have all the ingredients now.
Okay.
But otherwise, other than like tequila sunrise, which I now put with pineapple juice instead of orange juice, other than that, I pretty much just make up my own concoctions and call it a day. So instead of taking someone else's recipe, I decided I use my own recipe because I know how to blend and I know how to mix. And I'm telling you right now, this is good.
Is it giving
So
goodness?
again, yes, it's given. And then the thing that I also like about rum, just a note of this, the thing I like about rum is the simple fact that to me, when I drink rum, I'm just drinking. Like it's not gonna get me drunk. It's not gonna get me intoxicated. Cause I'm liable to only like it's something just like I wanna when I drink rum, it's more like, and don't get me wrong, I don't be getting drunk anyway. But rum is one of those things like I want to drink with the people, but I don't want to feel no effects of alcohol. And that's when I drink rum. Now, if I drink vodka, tequila, or something like that, I'm like, I might get a little tipsy or something like that. But when I drink rum, I'm like, I'm just here to socialize. And I'm too sophisticated to just have a wine cooler. I'm just saying. But I will drink a wine cooler. I'm not beneath it. I will drink a wine cooler. I got some Jamaica Me Happy right now in the refrigerator.
What
I
wine
will drink
coolers
a
at?
wine cooler. Jamaica Me Happy, Seagram's, Jamaica Me Happy. I think it's Seagram's. Jamaica Me Happy.
Okay.
I got it at the liquor store.
I didn't know.
But yeah, but this is good. Well, I call them wine coolers. It's Jamaica Me Happy, but I call it wine coolers. But like I said, it's Bacardi, Arbor Mist, pink Moscato, pineapple, strawberry, pink cranberry juice. That's that ocean spray. Don't get it confused with anything else because I don't even know if nobody else has that. And then some Sprite.
Well, flip on, sis. Well, I'm making a lavender French 75 because I feel going into the 20 and 25. I'm going to switch it up a little bit.
Okay.
Switch it up just a tinge. So I have Prosecco that I'm going to pour in a glass that I got from Kimberly during the game. Because it's what? My business. So I'm going to pour that.
And I have plenty of glasses, people. I even have my own set of the glasses, that the Tabitha Brown glasses.
Oh, and people, I put a little garnish. Last time I didn't do no garnish, so I figured this year put a little garnish on. So my handy dandy shaker. So
Okay.
this particular gin, I haven't had this.
No.
This gin, I saw it.
That's Hendrix.
Yes, and this was doing the panoramic when we was in the pandemic, and I have not had it. I have not had this since the pandemic. And I saw it in the liquor store, and I was like, "Ooh, I got to get it because it's really good." So it calls for 1 ounce, but I'm a heavy pour, so I believe in making stiff drinks. So you'll probably get one. Ooh, that's two. We're gonna put 3 ounces in here, cause why? That's how we gonna roll.
Gin is already nasty to me.
It's gonna be right tasty. So Hendrix is really good. This is the Midsummer Solace, so it's really good. And
I think Hendrix is like a top of the line gin,
is it?
if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
I think it might be.
Well, it's really good. That one is really good. And I have lavender syrup. And so, yes, lavender syrup. So I figure I'll put probably about a good 2 in there. So we get 2 of that.
They said that they did say that Hendrix is considered a good gin.
Well, it is, and it doesn't really, it's not what, because some gin and some stuff kind of has that, aftertaste.
That pine soil taste
Mm-hmm.
and smell.
Yeah, be feeling like you about to die. And so, see, it's nice and purpley. I have the Prosecco in there, and we're gonna mix that in here. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is a lavender French 75.
So we hope you
Ooh,
have at least added 2 more.
Mm.
Okay. I'm not a gin. Gin make you sin. I told you I don't
Right.
do gin. If y'all want me to make anything and it has gin in it, Meela would definitely be the one that's making that drink. If it has tequila, if it has vodka, if it has rum, if it has wine, I am your girl.
But this is really good.
I will drink it. I will sample it. But if it got the dark liquor in the gin, I don't know what I'm supposed to do with
Oh,
that.
and you know what? I'm sorry, I didn't even do. I forgot to put my little dash of lemon juice.
Well,
cheers to the New Year's.
Cheers to the New Year's from the Real Lifeish Friends podcast. And we hope you had a great 2024 and have a fabulous
2025. See you in 2025. Cheers.
Cheers.